Hello, I'm Joe Gribbins, auctioneer with Wardlow Auctions, and this is a video of the guitars in the Jim Magruder online estate auction. The auction is online now and will close on Monday, March 14th. In this video, we'll take a few minutes and show you each guitar and tell you a little bit about each one. Much more information, including the model and serial numbers, along with several photographs of each guitar, are available online. All the guitars, except the very last one, have a case. Helping us today is a good friend of mine, Jim Burke. Jim has played guitar and bass in numerous bands for many years in California, Nashville, and here in Louisville. Also, while living in Nashville, he worked for Gibson Guitars in research and development. Jim, let's get started.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. This first guitar up, lot number 3, is a Fender USA Telecaster in a two-tone sunburst with a rosewood fingerboard. This is an excellent guitar. As everyone who would know guitars knows, the Telecaster is probably the most commonly used guitar for recording. Everything on it works great. It sounds fantastic, as you would expect from a USA Telecaster. It's in all original condition, original tuning keys, and it's absolutely clean as can be. I mean, the slightest finger scratches on the pickguard, but there are no dents or dings in the guitar anywhere. And it plays great. So there's no fret buzzes, and the action's nice and low. It's a beautiful guitar and be a worthwhile addition to anybody's collection. Right. Next up is this absolutely stunning Washburn semi-hollow 335 style electric guitar. It has 2 humbucking pickups, gold hardware, and I firmly believe this is a 4A flame maple front and back. It is just beautiful. There is not a ding or a blemish on this guitar anywhere. It has Grover keys, and it plays fantastic and sounds great too. So this is an absolutely just super clean semi-hollow electric guitar with humbuckers. And like all guitars with humbuckers, it's got that crunch. One thing, when Joe asked me to look at these guitars, as somebody who professionally built instruments, as I said, I was a former head of R&D for Gibson Guitars, or a division of Gibson Guitars. One thing I was amazed at when I opened up these instruments and took a look at them, every single one of them was in absolutely just the best possible shape. And I had brought a bunch of tools to do setups, to tighten truss rods, to do, set up the intonations and whatnot. I didn't have to adjust a single guitar. Every one of them, the neck was just absolutely straight or with the slightest amount of relief, which is ideal. Every one of them, the action was fantastic. They were just in perfect condition for used instruments, which they are. They've all been played, and so, but the reality is they have been babied by that last owner, and they are set up and play fabulous, every one of them. Next up is lot number 12, which is a Washburn Festival Series acoustic electric guitar. This guitar has a spruce top with curly maple back. You can see the quilted maple, and wonderful binding, and a hard maple neck. It's got a rosewood fingerboard, abalone rosette around the sound hole, rosewood bridge, and it's absolutely beautiful. Two things that are interesting about this guitar. One is that it has a built-in chorus. The other interesting thing about it is it has a built-in XLR out, so you can get a low impedance output signal and go right into your soundboard without having any loss of signal due to the length of the cord. So that's a very nice feature. This is a beautiful guitar. It has a 3-band EQ with presence control. It's a fabulous guitar. Hi, next up is lot 13, which is this gorgeous Taylor acoustic electric. It's a model number 610 CE, and it has a Sitka spruce top with a gorgeous sugar maple flame back and sides, mahogany neck, ebony fingerboard, beautiful inlays, gorgeous abalone rosette around the sound hole, abalone tops on the sound pins. Has an absolutely gorgeous end pins with the abalone tops. This is a beautiful guitar, plays perfect, sounds great. 2-band EQ with a volume control, Taylor pegs and gold hardware. Just a fabulous guitar. Anybody would be just lucky to have it. Next up is lot number 25. This is a Taylor model number 410. It's an electric acoustic. Absolutely beautiful, and again in excellent condition. It plays like a dream. The action is very low. It has a ebony fingerboard, rosewood top of the headstock. It's got the spruce top with the description simply says with a dark tone wood. Because of the flame that I can see here in the cutaway and on the top bout, it looks to me to be actually a koa, although I can't guarantee that. All we know is that it's a dark wood, but it's beautiful. I think it's flame koa. Mahogany neck and a 2-band EQ with volume control. Just a fabulous, good electric acoustic guitar. Okay, next up is lot number 26, which is a Taylor standard acoustic guitar, meaning there's no electronics. Of course, you can always install them. You can put a piezo underneath the bridge and have an end pin jack out if you wanted, but this one doesn't. It's just a normal model acoustic guitar, model 310. It's got the spruce top. It's got beautiful dark woods on the side. It could be rosewood, could be mahogany. It's hard to tell, but it is beautiful, and it's in impeccably clean shape. It has Grover keys, ebony fingerboard, and a rosewood top to the headstock. This is just a really nice guitar. As everyone knows. Great guitar, absolutely worth the money. Next up is lot number 33, which is a Taylor electric acoustic nylon string guitar, single cutaway, ebony fingerboard. It has these really nice pearloid keys that are the Taylor standard keys that look very authentic for a nylon string guitar. It has a beautiful, I'm fairly convinced this is rosewood, or it could be some other exotic Brazilian wood for the sides and the back, and a Sitka spruce top, as it should. It's an absolutely wonderful guitar, ebony fingerboard, plays great. it's just hard not to play this guitar. It is so much fun. It's just, you know, a wonderful guitar. Okay, next up is lot number 34, a Harmony Roy Smeck lap steel guitar. I'm not a lap steel player, but it works very well. He's got it tuned to an open, sounds like to me it would be a G 6 add 2. It comes with a volume and tone control and a humbucking pickup. It's dead quiet, plugged in. It's not humming at all, so that's excellent. And the volume pot is a little scratchy, so it probably needs a little cleaning. But as you can hear, it's not terribly scratchy. But when you have signal going through and you move it, it's a little scratchy. $5 fix at your local electronics store. A lot of fun to play. It's in excellent condition, so give it a shot. Okay, next up is lot number 37, which is a Stuart Mac homemade Les Paul standard style guitar. I can't tell you what type of pickups, though I have a feeling that these are Gibson pickups, either Burstbuckers or 57 Classics because of the way they sound, but that's just my estimate on it. As you might know, Stu Mac guitars are really well-built homemade kits. So they send him the neck and the body and the components, and at that point you could swap out components for whatever you want. He has Schaller clone keys on it. It has a rosewood fingerboard with the Les Paul standard style block inlays. This Jim was a woodworker, and he did a very fine job on many of the harder elements on this guitar. For instance, this is an impeccably cut nut. The string height of each string in the slot is perfect. And then I'll tell you right now, as somebody who built instruments, that is the hardest thing to get just right, and he nailed it. It's absolutely flawless. The action at the first fret is impeccable. The string spacing is impeccable. He really did some very fine work on this guitar. Of course, being a copy and a homemade instrument, it is something that you would be buying because it sounds and plays great. And of course, we know what a Les Paul feels like, and it feels just right. The finish on the neck is a little rough and could use possibly a little bit of refinish work. You don't have to reform it or reshape it. You would just want to put another coat of tung oil or whatever finish you prefer. That's my recommendation, but that it plays fine as it is. It is a root beer, solid root beer color is what Gibson would call it, a root beer color with a mahogany, just clear back and neck, and the two humbucking pickups, and it plays great. All the controls work just fine. Volumes, tone controls. It's a really nice Les Paul standard copy. So, okay, last up of the electrics is lot number 38. This is also a Stuart Mac homemade Telecaster. It has a maple fingerboard, as you can see. It has Schaller clone tuning keys. It's in really nice shape. It has a little bit of finish wear right here on the upper bout where your arm would go over when you play. And but it's very light. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's very fine, very little wear in the finish. There's a couple of scratches on the pickguard, which is, compared to all the other guitars, Since this has a few light scratches, this tells me he probably played it the most, because there are almost no scratches on any of the other guitars. There's a little scratch running here that actually goes into the control plate, so something might have run across the guitar at some point. But it sounds really clean and very beautiful. Not much more you can say, except the pickups are really quality pickups. I don't know what he put in. They honestly sound as good as the Fenders. So he may have bought Fenders. When you're doing a Stu Mac build, you can put anything you want on it. He may have gotten himself some very nice Fender pickups. Whatever they are, they sound great. He did a very good job assembling this guitar. Rock maple neck. The heel joint is perfect. There's a nice 1-degree pitch on the neck, from the neck plane to the body. And it's just a nice Telecaster copy. It's just really a nice guitar. Good guitar. Last up is lot number 39, which is a K 1960s era archtop acoustic guitar. We speculate this might have been his very first guitar. It's in pretty good shape for its age. It does have some dings on it. You can see a ding here. There's just some finish wear here along the back, but the top is well attached to the rest of to the sides, top and back. There's no splitting between the top and the back. It has, as you can see, there's a little bit of checking here on the finish around the binding, and but it's actually a pretty cool little vintage instrument with the F-holes and the maple fingerboard, which is obviously kind of unusual, and it's a neat little guitar.